my mother, spinach pie, and for us, pancakes. We love you both so much. Saba, will you please come up?
Mi anochi. Mi anochi. Some Holocaust survivors carry a big packet of guilt. Mi anochi, why did I survive when 6 million of my brethren were gassed, burned, and slaughtered? But when I look at the 5 faces of the beautiful 5 grandchildren, I know mi anochi, why I survived. But today is Hagar's day. Who is Hagar? Well, I don't call Justin Just, I call him Hagar. And those of you, many of you were at the receiving end of Hagar's hugs and kisses. Know exactly why I call him Hagar. Hagar said about a left off, a good heart. But you know, when you just say a good heart, it just sounds hollow, empty. So let me draw you a little vignette, a little picture that will probably illustrate to you Hagar's heart. You know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's go back 1.5 years ago, January of last year. And Hagar came down with some intestinal cramps. The thing persisted for some time. On a particular day, in the morning, my beloved and I got a phone call that Hagar's not feeling good. We closed our working station and we came over. Hagar wasn't in good shape. The cramps would come and he would double up in convulsions, his face contorted, and then he would relax. Now, as you probably know, some of you, Ronnie and Elise have a wonderful house manager, Raquel. And Raquel went and prepared for Hagar a special of a favorite dish. Hagar couldn't eat it. Around noon, when the pain did not subside, Elise and Ronnie decided to take Hagar to the physician to see if she can give him some kind of a medication to ameliorate his discomfort. So they dressed Hagar up. It's winter time, boots, coats, and they all marched out. And then Hagar said, "Just a minute." And he walked back into the kitchen and said to Raquel, "I didn't thank you for making the special dish for me. Thank you." and he walked back out. My beloved and I stood there, and oh, what came to my mind at that time was Neil Armstrong when he stepped on the moon. And I like to paraphrase him. A few small steps made by a little boy. A few giant steps made by a big man. That's what we mean by Hagar's heart. Hagar, I believe that the Ribono Shel Olam has up in the heaven above trillions, zillions of molds. Every time a new baby is born, one of those molds is used and a new baby pops out. But I'm told from good authorities that the Ribono Shel Olam keeps in the Kodesh Kedoshim, the Holy of Holies, a few exquisitely beautiful molds. And now and then, he goes into the Kodesh Kedoshim, picks up one of those exquisitely beautiful molds, and creates an exquisitely beautiful human being. I believe, B'amunah Shlema, that out of one of those exquisitely beautiful molds, Hagar was created, an exquisitely beautiful human being. Hagar, I predict for you, knowing what you have, knowing your character, I predict for you a life of great achievement. I predict for you greatness. But Hagar, greatness comes at a great price. Greatness comes with tears and toils and sweat and setbacks and disappointments. But when it comes, how sweet it is. However, you have in your arsenal quite a few assets, quite a few qualities to combat. They say, psychologists argue, what makes a person, nature or nurture? Hagar, you got a boat. You're lucky, fortunate to be born to two parents of high IQ, high moral standards, high ethical and spiritual standards, which they passed on to you by their genes. Also, by nurture, you saw them how they act, and you were able, through the years, to absorb their mode of life, their mode of eventing. You get a boat. You also, Hagar, acquire something else. And this you acquired on your own. From early childhood, you start playing hockey. And you learn in hockey that the name of the game is to score. Get the darn puck into the other guy's net. The name of the game is to win. And falling is not a shame. It's not a catastrophe. Falling and staying down is a catastrophe. But falling and getting up is not a catastrophe. You also learn from hockey that when your opponent throws you against the boards and hurts you, you never show them that you're hurt. But with new fire in your belly, you skate harder than ever to score, to win. Now you're also fortunate that you have inherited some other genes from your two grandmothers. You have inherited elegance, grace, charm, kindness, gentility, and softness, which you're showing in such abundance. From your two grandfathers, you have inherited something very special, as I mentioned it during Ali's bat mitzvah. As you know, your two grandfathers belonged to an exclusive club, the Survivors Club. We survived Hitler's killing machine. And this survival instinct we passed on to you. So when things come down and we are really beaten, and you really think that you're ready to throw in the towel, that survival instinct will take over, will pick you up, and propel you to fight another day and to win another victory. Hagar, you're starting now on the road of life. I pray to God that the road is wide and smooth with the wind at your back. But I have no illusions. There will be lots of twists and turns. And as you know, when a plane or a ship takes off, they have a navigator. And I like to share with you, Hagar, my personal navigator. Keep him in the bosom of your heart. And when you face a problem, and you don't know what to do, you don't know which way to go, turn to this navigator and say, asking those questions. Navigator, will my act bring me shame or honor? Navigator, will my act contribute or diminish my contribution to Tikkun Olam, making it a better world? Navigator, will my act contribute to Kiddush Hashem, or Hasbi Chalila will create Hillel Hashem? Listen carefully to that navigator, and when you do, you will always go with Derech HaYashar, on the right road. Hagar, I want you to come up now, and I want my beloved to come up now. We want to bestow our blessing on you. Ribono shel olam, Eir Rachmim v'chesed. Hinei ani, David ben Aaron, והשתינה